Stone in West.
Let's hear it! This is our 71st annual Columbus Day Parade and our first annual opening ceremonies right here on State and Wacker. This particular year, we celebrate and mourn two individuals. Dick Biondi, we just lost, a proud Italian-American from Chicago, and the great Tony Bennett, who we lost just a few weeks ago, gave us so much. And here to talk about what the city of Chicago meant to him, how special it was, please, a big round of applause, the daughter of Tony Bennett, Antonia Bennett.
Thank you, Ron. It's so special to be here. My dad had such a nice relationship with this city, and the people in Chicago were always so good to him. So thank you for honoring him.
He honored us, Antonia. He honored us. And I gotta say,
proud. ABC 7 presents the 2023 Columbus Day Parade, brought to you by the following sponsors.
Live from State Street in downtown Chicago, it's the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. Buon pomeriggio. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ryan Chiaverini, because we're going to say it the correct way today for our Italian family and friends. And Liz Nagy, it sounds Italian enough.
We're going to go with honorary Italian today. It's actually officially Hungarian, but we'll go with that. Welcome to the Columbus Day Parade here in downtown Chicago. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and we are also joined by our friend Pasquale today, who's going to be our resident Italian, teaching us all of the historical things we need to know.
Well, that's an enormous burden, but I'm here. I'm here for you. Thanks, Ryan and Liz. It's such an honor to be here. This parade has such a special meaning for me and my family. My grandfather Dominic DeFrisco had deep roots in this parade and was the resident expert here for ABC on the broadcast for 46 years. So I have enormous shoes to fill.
And we're so happy to have you with us.
We're going to talk a lot about Dom coming up in the broadcast, but right now, opening ceremonies happening at State and Wacker. Let's listen in.
He's here to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Italian Air Force. We heard about the Palestinian situation that just happened as of late. He was called back to Washington immediately. I was actually standing with him when it happened, and he had to go back to Washington. So he sends his regards, but we send our prayers to him and to all our Air Force and all our military people who are out there fighting for our freedom. Please, a big round of applause for our military veterans. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Vice Chairman, Mariana Gullo, who will introduce some of the delegation that we have here from Italy.
Hello, everyone. Happy Columbus Day. Good afternoon. Buongiorno. I am here to introduce our 2023 Italian delegation that is here from Puglia, Italy, Sicily, the region of Sicily, Italy, and the city of Milan. We invited them over here. First, Puglia is Pat Capriati. He had brought the Puglia delegation here to Chicago to promote Puglia as a wedding destination. They have had many meetings here in the city of Chicago to promote this same project, and we're very, very proud of the outcome of that and the interchanging of business with Puglia. Sicily and Milano are here to represent also the region and the city in the exchange and the relationships between Italy and Chicago, our great city of Chicago. So I'm very, very proud to introduce our delegation, which is behind me, and if we all give them a warm welcome, that would be wonderful. Luca Bernardo, Onorevole Fabrizio Ferrara, Alessandro Delle Noci, our Onorevole Alessandro Delle Noci. Anyway, happy Columbus Day to everybody. Auguri.
Thank you, Maria. We also have another occasion we are celebrating. You know, Chicago has had a sister city relationship with the city of Milan for 50 years. This is its 50th anniversary. We celebrate sister citydom with Chicago.
And of
Milan.
course, Ron Anesti, the president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. We cannot do this parade without the JCCIA, and we're going to get this parade underway in just a bit. As opening ceremonies continue, we are going to hear a word from our sponsor.
As an investigations firm for more than 20 years, Bantius uncovers the answers and delivers strategies that prominent law firms, corporations, law schools, and high-profile individuals need to make important decisions inside and outside of the courtroom. While you've probably seen our cases in the headlines, some of our biggest successes are keeping private matters out of the public eye.
Hi, my name is Michael Massarelli, and these are my brothers, Domenico and Giovanni.
I'm Sophia Marnos, and this is my brother James. Dominic Gambino is our nonno, co-founder with Tony and Graffia of Tony's Fresh Market, proud sponsors of the Columbus Day Parade.
We would like to congratulate the JCCIA and this year's chairman, Sergio Seritella. Auguri.
Happy Columbus Day!
Columbus Day is a time to celebrate the pride in our heritage and to recognize the contributions made by Italians to this country. For decades, the Greco family has participated in this tradition.
From all the Greco family, happy Columbus Day.
Attention. Today, call now.
Welcome back to ABC 7's live coverage of the Columbus Day Parade. Ryan Chiaverini, Liz Nagy, Pasquale Gianni, and we have another member.
We certainly do. Our meteorologist, Greg Dutra, is along State Street joining us in on the fun this afternoon. Hey there, Greg.
Hey there. Yeah, honorary Italian today. The last name ends in a vowel. So
Me too.
Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
We accept everybody, Greg.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine. Started off cool, but things are going right now. And the parade getting lined up. You can see the mounted unit of the Chicago Police, the motorcycle unit as well. And I've been talking to people on the streets. That's what I'll be doing throughout the show. We've got a marathon runner from Rome here. We've got families. We'll get everybody's story, and I am glad to bring it to you right here on State Street. A beautiful day, guys.
He gets to get some of the good color of the parade.
There you go. Yes. It's going to look Italian in no time down there, Greg. All right. Opening ceremonies continue at State and Wacker. Let's take a listen in.
Senza ulteriori indugio, let the parade begin. Sorry, just before starting our magnificent parade, I want to say a special thank you, a special grazie to the city of Chicago, the Cook County, and the state of Illinois to supporting us to do this also this year. Thank you very much, our friends.
At this time, I'd like to bring Ms. Daniela Crocco for our national anthems. Woo! Raise your flags if you have them.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, what a voice by Daniela Cracco. And you saw the flags waving in the wind at State and Wacker. And you also saw the president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, Ron Anesti, and he would like to give you a warm welcome.
Ciao! Since 1952, the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans has been promoting Italian culture here in the Chicago area. Today is a grand day of pride as we embrace a mosaic of all cultures to celebrate coming together in peace and in harmony in one of the greatest cities in the world, Chicago. Thank you all for sharing this very special day. Happy Columbus Day to one and to all.
All right, thank you, Ron. We're going to be back in just a minute with the start of the Columbus Day Parade 2023 here on State Street. But first, here's a quick word from our sponsors.
Un caro saluto alla città di Chicago, a tutti i presenti e agli amici dell'organizzazione della JCCIA, al suo presidente Ronald Onesti. Tutti noi italiani siamo onorati di partecipare a questo percorso e soprattutto di condividerlo con gli amici americani. L'Italia e gli Stati Uniti sono due paesi che hanno un percorso storico molto importante e un caro saluto dalla Dolce Gabbana.
I am very happy to be here with you, even if it's only virtually. With Columbus started a long relation between Italy and America, which is still very strong today, and I really love it. I would like to end by thanking to the JCCI Foundation for inviting me to share my contribution also. It's President Ronald Onesti, Maria Giulio, Bernardo, and Francesca Parviziar. Thanks a lot for what you're doing, and I wish you all the best and be brave.
We are excited to be part of the Columbus Day festivities again. On behalf of Scott Harris Hospitality and Francesca's Restaurants, we want to give a big thank you to the community for their everlasting patronage. You can't pick your family, but you can join ours for the night.
As an Italian-American female business owner of Divine Design and Marketing, I'm proud of my Italian heritage and family traditions. I cherish these same traditional values in my home and in my business. I'm also proud to be a member of the Joint Civic Community of Italian Americans. So on behalf of myself, my family, and Divine Design and Marketing, we honor the San Filippo family, and I want to wish everyone a happy Columbus Day.
Welcome to the Grand Bear Resort. With a name like that, we have a lot to live up to. It starts with our water park. We have slides for every speed, and the lazy river if you want to slow things down. Here, we create grand memories, like your first solo swim or winning big at the arcade. After an exciting day, retreat to your home away from home. From birthday parties to a weekend getaway, your grand experience awaits. Join us at the Grand Bear Resort.
And welcome back live NBC7's coverage of the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. Ryan Chiaverini, Liz Nagy, Pasquale Gianni, and of course we have Greg Dutra on the street. As you saw, many dignitaries and guests from Italy here in Chicago for this parade, and they have some warm words.
Finally, I found a place where I feel part of a world that's bigger than me. That place, Puglia.
For nearly 60 years, Toronto Baking Company has been dedicated to creating exceptional breads and baked goods for our loyal customers. Honoring the traditions, techniques, and passion for artisan bread baking passed down throughout generations, the Toronto family continues to innovate and deliver authentic, distinctive, and handcrafted products to our customers daily. From our family to yours since 1962, sempre avanti.
Greg Dutra is along State Street getting ready to start this 2023 Columbus Day Parade, and he has an important scholarship presentation going on right now. Greg, what can you tell us?
Well, I'm down here with Doug, and he's going to go ahead and present the scholarships for us. You got a couple of them, right, Doug?
Yes, we do. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, go right ahead.
Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans has awarded $400 million in scholarships, and today we have two of our honorees here that we want to acknowledge. And the first one is Isabella Panzica, and she is at Chamberlain University as a nursing student, and she is awarded the Marie Palello Scholarship. So we're going to give that to her, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then our second winner is another scholarship, Olivia Greco. She is a student at DePaul University, and she is studying English. She's also on the Queen's Court this year, and also she runs our Italienettes organization. Both of them volunteer countless hours, but again, congratulations. She also gets Marie Scholarship as well. Again, the Joint Civic Committee awards over $250,000 worth of scholarships over the past several years, and we encourage people to apply. These two young ladies do a lot of community service work and volunteer at food pantries, hospitals, and so forth, so they deserve their award.
Tell us a little bit about some of the volunteer work that you've done.
So I volunteered at a hospital, actually Elmhurst Hospital. It was in the ER department, so I did a lot of that kind of work. I've also been a nursing assistant. I've done a lot of volunteer work with cancer patients and hematology patients, blood disorders, things of that nature. So.
Congratulations. When do you finish up all your schooling?
Oh, not for a long time. I'm planning to go to anesthesiology school, so that's going to be quite a long time.
Best of luck, and hopefully the scholarship helps a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. And what kind of volunteering were you doing?
Yeah, like you said, I've been doing church work with the food pantry as well as community service with retirement homes, but I'm really focusing on the JCCIA at the moment, and I'm starting the Italienettes, which is a group of young kids from about 6 to 10 who want to learn traditional Italian dances, so it's wonderful.
That sounds excellent. Thank you very much for joining us, Doug. Thank you and everybody for handing out these scholarships. Guys, we'll get back to you.
All right, Greg, and a big thank you to the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans for that scholarship, and so much needed in the medical community and in keeping Italian culture as well, and those young ladies are covering both of those.
Right, important volunteer work that they're doing. Well, this parade has a deep history here in the city of Chicago, and even former Chicagoans have been a part of it. This is something that's very important to them. So here are some familiar faces you might recognize, and a salute to this year's parade chairman, Sergio Saratella.
Hey, Joe Montaigne here. Wishing all my friends back in Chicago to have a great Columbus Day.
Chicago, have a happy Columbus Day.
Sergio's always in 100%. Whenever you get in the car with them to go somewhere, you feel like you're in a movie. Well, Martin Scorsese, you got to throw a famous Italian director in there, but he's always dressed to the nines. You know, I don't think his hair has moved in the 23 years I've known him. Like, carries with him sort of this gravitas and be very empathetic with people. You know, the total package for an investigator and a friend.
And I'm honored that I'm friends and working with Sergio Saratella, who's the chairman of this parade and this celebration of Italian heritage in Chicago.
The Italian culture is so much about family, and does make a big difference in our lives when it bleeds into our friendships and our business relationships, because we want to do our best and we want every aspect of our lives to have that same family unit. He is a hardworking colleague. He will leave no stone unturned.
He worked for years to essentially free a man who was wrongfully convicted, who spent 30 years in prison, and through Sergio's hard work, he was able to get him out. He was exonerated.
People that care about serving others, and Sergio has demonstrated a commitment to make things happen. Everyone needs a Sergio Saratella. It's taken that type of forensic approach and applying it to different scenarios. And he takes those same strategy, techniques, and approaches and applies those to whether it's a civil case situation with an athlete or a high net worth individual. Vantius does what other agencies don't do, and their work is based on getting results and advancing the objectives of the client. I consider Sergio Saratella and Vantius one of our secret weapons. Not too secret anymore, but I consider Vantius a secret weapon, and it gives us a competitive and strategic advantage.
Congrats on 20 years, Sergio, for Vantius, and to another 20, 30, 40 more. Just don't get too big for my cases.
Congratulations on 20 amazing years. And when you really think of the work that you do every day and the people that helps, and so keep going. We need 20 more.
Congratulations to Sergio. Saw some famous faces. Joe Mantegna, of course, Chicago, and one of my favorite actors from the Rat Pack. And I saw Frankie Valli right across the street at the Chicago Theater perform just a few years ago. Yeah.
Guys, I think it's time.
It is time. The Columbus Day Parade 2023 just about to get underway and step off. And we're going to start with the Chicago Police Mounted Patrol. They're going to kick off this year's 2023 Columbus Day Parade. And Pasquale, does it give you a little bit some butterflies here because you've been here so many times, but now with us?
It's quite a different vantage point, but a tremendous honor indeed. And the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day, and further proof that God loves the Italians.
You got that right. And kicking off this year's parade, as I mentioned, the CPD Mounted Patrol. It was reintroduced after a 25-year absence in 1974. The Mounted Patrol Unit currently houses 32 horses, which are acquired by the Chicago Police Department through purchases and donations. To qualify a horse for duty, they're chosen for uniformity, alike in appearance, size, and temperament. And once the horse is chosen, they're put through an extensive training process to ensure they are capable of meeting the service needs of the unit. In addition to special events that occur around the city all year long, the Mounted Patrol Unit also conducts daily patrols in several areas of downtown Chicago, including the lakefront, the museum campus, Lincoln and Grant Parks, and the shopping areas of North Michigan Avenue and State Street, and they are beautiful to look at.
All right, you can often see them if you're shopping on the Mag Mile or site for tourists as well. Here they come past the Chicago Theater right here on State Street, kicking off the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. And next in line is the Great Lakes Navy Band and Military Color Guard. They are coming up here behind the CPD Patrol Unit. Pride in service has been the theme of the Navy Band Great Lakes for more than a century now. From 1917, when Lieutenant Commander John Philip Sousa, you might know that name, served as bandmaster to today's band under the direction of Lieutenant Commander Christopher Cornett. Their music represents the pride and professionalism synonymous with the United States Navy since the band's inception back in 1911. Take a listen.
Musical talent in this booth, Pasquale?
Not quite on my end. I defer to Liz.
No, I've got a tambourine is about it. All right, let's talk about the JCCIA officers.
Next up, we have the official banner of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, or referred to as the JCCIA. They host the annual Columbus Day Parade here in Chicago. Since 1952, the JCCIA has served as the Congress of more than 60 Italian-American organizations in the Chicagoland area. Preservation of Italian culture, governmental relations, and the unification of the Italian-American community is its prime focus. Carrying the banner once again this year is the Aloise family. Joint Civic Committee officers, of course, President Ron Onesti, Lou Scaramuzzo, Chris DeSanto, Laura Arrico, Sam Canizzato, Mario Chinardi, Executive Director Joanne Serpico, Frank Samario, Legal Counsel, and Rosemary Rinaldo, Women's Division President.
And Pasquale, we always lean on you for the extra Italian names. You actually studied in Rome, right?
Best experience of my life, and I would highly recommend anyone at the college age to take advantage of that opportunity if possible. It really expanded my horizons, helped just a deeper appreciation of my culture, and you get the opportunity to have some fun while doing it.
And we have several Italian dignitaries from Italy here visiting for this parade today. Ron Onesti, as you mentioned, the JCCIA president, but we have the Council General, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Bozios.
Yes, and this year the parade has a special dedication to the region of Puglia, which is the birthplace of my grandmother, Rosa Gianni, who's watching at home. Ti voglio bene, nonna, from the town of Modugno. So this is a new concept. We'll be honoring a different region of Italy each year.
And as you see right there, the Village of Elmwood Park Police Department. We would also like to thank the reviewing stand master of ceremonies. Village of Elmwood Park, Mayor Angelo Skip-Saviano and former Mayor Richard Pellegrino of the West Central Municipal Conference of Mayors. And those are some cool looking squad cars too.
They sure are. Look at this. We have the River Grove School Band coming up through here. Should we take a listen to them?
Let's take a listen. Yeah, the River Grove School is home to about 750 students, K through 8th grade. The band program is open to students in 4th through 8th grades, and this group is one of the most experienced bands in the school's history under the direction of band director Scott Rudnick, principal Christine Trujillo, and superintendent Dr. Jan Rashid.
And here she is, the Columbus Parade Queen and Cord Pasquale.
Ava Di Girolamo, the Columbus Day 2023 Queen, joined by her court, Alyssa O'Connell, Mia Bella De Grazia, Alessandra Formento, Katrina Giannoni, Haley Giglio, Olivia Greco, Elisa Loparco Simpson, Isabella Sofia, Sabrina Miller, Stefania Nowak, Isabella Rosina, and Brianna Rotti.
And of course, the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans was founded in 1952 as a Congress for Chicagoland Italian American organizations. They've been putting on the Columbus Day Queen each year. And Pasquale, I know this is a very prestigious honor.
It is indeed, and young ladies of Italian descent are selected on their ability to present to, they write an essay about their pride and their culture, and just it keeps getting better and better every year. We selected a terrific representative of our community that represents everything from beauty, elegance, grace, and intelligence.
Yeah, we're going to have Liz nominated next year.
I'll see what I can do. I'm going to need a few lessons from Pasquale in the process. Well, here we have the Supreme Lobster and Seafood Company representing the Santa Maria ship on their float. The Santa Maria, of course, was the largest of Columbus's ship. The explorer Christopher Columbus is being portrayed by Jet Harmon, and Queen Isabella from Spain, who financed the voyage, is being portrayed by Juliana Onesti. Supreme Lobster and Seafood is the leading distributor of fresh and frozen products in both the Midwest and Las Vegas regions, servicing more than 5,000 restaurants and supermarkets. Thank you, Dominic Stramaglia.
Dominic Stramaglia, one of the great unsung heroes of our community, seldom seeks recognition for his efforts, but he is a quiet and strong force for everything good in our community. Also joining the Supreme Lobster float, I see Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas.
And it's a beautiful day for sailing, isn't it?
Right.
Gorgeous day on State
Sailing
Street.
straight down State Street.
The sun is shining. I like what you said earlier, Pasquale. It's more proof that God loves Italians. My dad would love to hear that, by the way. I just got back from celebrating my brother, Vincenzo Chiaverini, the most Italian brother's name I have. And congratulations, Vinny. He just got engaged. So we had a nice little party for him.
This is the Tony's Finer Food Float representing the Pinta Ship. Tony's Fresh Market is a family-owned and operated grocery chain right here in the Chicagoland area. It was founded in 1979 by Tony Ingrafia and
Domenico Gambino, yet again one of the great leaders in our community. And this is such an amazing success story of the American dream. Two immigrants that came here and started a grocery empire.
And they serve thousands of customers on a daily basis. You can find Tony's Finer Foods in many neighborhoods around the Chicago area.
Absolutely, but as you mentioned, living the immigrant dream, came to this country really with nothing, but had an unprecedented work ethic and a lot of success indeed. And this is the village of Melrose Park on the third Columbus voyage ship, the Nina. And Mayor Ronald Serpico has deep family roots in Melrose Park. His grandfather, Don Serpico, immigrated to the village in the early part of the 20th century. Ron, believing in his grandfather's vision of the American dream, successfully ran for mayor in 1997. Ron then refocused village priorities based on the hopes and dreams and concerns of all of its residents.
We all know about the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, but the Nina has a special place in my heart because it is the name of my beautiful mother.
There you go.
Named after the ship?
And named after her grandmother, Antonina.
All right.
Beautiful. The Columbian Club of Chicago. Since 1939, the Columbian Club of Chicago and its charitable foundation has given much-needed financial support to a variety of local charities, in addition to giving annual scholarships. And the float performing today is Miss Cece Santana.
Can we hear any of this performance? Let's see. Well, this is the Scott Harris Hospitality Group float. Chef Scott Harris has grown from his initial location at Mia Francesca in Lakeview to include many award-winning restaurants and bars around the Chicagoland area, including the Francesca's Group, Fiore, and his new location in St. Charles, Miyamoto.
Have you been there, Pasquale?
You know what? Francesca's is an outstanding group of restaurants, extremely popular in our community, and they're always highly supportive of the parade.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot, but I'm going to ask you, like, your top 3 go-to Italian restaurants.
I can't do that.
I know. I know people ask me too. I said, no, I love them all. They're family.
We're blessed to live in such a great food city, and Italian restaurants certainly at the top of the list. There's no shortage of them, and I will not, in the name of diplomacy, begin to rattle them off.
I will
Get you in big trouble.
Yes, I will say that La Scarola is a place that we spend a lot of time at, but we were just at Volare with Benny for the Italian-American dinner that we had, and that was
what's the go-to
fantastic.
order then?
Well, I actually have a dish.
He does.
I have a dish.
Pasta Chiaverini.
Yes.
Joey and Armando are dear friends.
Yes, we got some, it's vodka sauce with some meatballs and some pasta, but yeah, that was quite an honor actually to get a name of a dish after my last name. Bishop Knoll Marching Warriors, band in Black Corps. Let's take a listen in.
Bishop Knoll Marching Band you are listening to, the Marching Warriors as they're called. They won the national award first, second, and third place at the Liberty Bowl in Memphis and the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa. This is their 12th year appearing in Chicago's Columbus Day Parade.
And this is my favorite time of year. It's football season. You always think about the marching bands.
That's my favorite part of football, is the marching band.
And at many schools, the marching band is more popular than the football team, especially when you talk about HBCUs. They sound great. They look great.
They sure do. Should we let them just take the show?
Why not? Why not? And Liz, you spent some time in Italy as well, right?
Just a little bit. Honestly, it is top of my list to get to. I've spent a little bit of time in Torino, and by that I mean a weekend. But Pasquale is going to write up a list for me of all of his top places to visit, right?
Well, there's 59. There's 59 UNESCO World Heritage sites, the most of any country in the world. So you could literally take a pin and put it anywhere on the map in Italy and Sicily, and you're bound to have a terrific experience. I'd like to point out the Bellevue Restaurant passing us here, presented by two of Chicago's finest families, the Barbaras and the Banks. The Bellevue opened just this May in the heart of the Gold Coast on Russian Bellevue, serving classic American cuisine with a Chicago flair.
And it's quickly become a staple of the Gold Coast.
Yeah. Indeed it has. Indeed it has. And that is one of the most exciting corners to be on in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, I know you've spent some time down there.
Just a bit. Just a bit. We also have Fred Barbara Trucking, followed by the first truck owned by Fred Barbara Trucking.
But yeah, that triangle, that's a popular spot on Friday and Saturday night. You'll see Pasquale down there having a good time sitting outside. There's no shortage of great restaurants, as you mentioned, Italian or otherwise, in our great city of Chicago.
I'm getting outed here by Ryan.
I mean, you hit the weight room.
You do know where to find me.
You do the curls, and then you got the tight shirt. Yeah, you look great, buddy.
We're followed here by Michael Taden Trucking, Marina Cartage and MT Cartage in memory of the Bertucci family of Bridgeport, and Anthony Minnie Bartucci, who founded Marina Cartage in 1958. This year they are honoring the gateway so many Italians entered America through, Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. Thanks to the Mike Taden family, terrific people, wife Lee, son Michael Jr., and daughter Christina.
And that's a good-looking band right there. You know, they've been jamming together for a while.
I wonder if they'll let you join in, Ryan.
I would hope so. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Right.
Let me go.
Pasquale and I will have to hold down the fort while you go join the band for a moment.
That's it. But boy, what a gorgeous day today for the Columbus Day Parade, celebrating all things Italian, celebrating heritage and culture, and a place that, Pasquale, I'm pretty sure you were born on State Street.
In fact, I was. This parade is so deeply important to me, to our community. And it's just a celebration of all of the wonderful things that Italians have given to this country and to the globe.
I think we've mentioned before, Dominic DeFrisco, your late grandfather, is very important to this parade. Why don't you take a little while to tell us about Dominic DeFrisco?
Well, to say that my grandfather was eloquent would be one of the great injustices of the Western world. He was such a wordsmith. He was somebody who had a heart of gold. He could walk into a room and light it up on fire. That's how magnetic his personality was. People were drawn to him. He left behind a tremendous legacy with his late wife, my grandmother Carol, my mother Nina, myself, and I will spend, of course, my entire life looking to try and be the person that he was, that he intended for me to be, because Bob Dylan was once asked, for example, about Frank Sinatra, and he had modeled some songs off of Sinatra, and why Mr. Dylan, you're a terrific performer in your own right. And his answer was simple. Sinatra was the mountain. We're all trying to climb it. And for me, that's my grandfather.
Yeah, well, you have done a great job in his footsteps at the Dante Awards now that you MC every year. And I had the pleasure of knowing your grandfather, Dom. And from the time I got to ABC 7 17 years ago, he took me under his wing. And he said, "You're one of us. You're one of our own." So we know that he is looking down, smiling right now. And this will make you smile, too. The Christine Belpito Dance Company. For more than 40 years, Belpito's School of Dance has been located in the Belmont-Cragen area. And this award-winning studio offers a variety of dance classes, starting students at the age of 3. The performers participating today are dancing Latin, hip-hop, and Mexican folkloric dances. And this is all about inclusion. This was a big, big part of Dom's mission, Pasquale.
Absolutely. We have a terrific delegation of different communities through their consulates, through various ethnic organizations here in Chicago that participate in this parade, because the theme is always Columbus around the world. It celebrates the unification of the globe and this wonderful American project that we have. And it is a project because it's not, as many people like to refer to, as a melting pot, which suggests homogeneity and the blending together of various cultures into one, but it's what my grandfather used to refer to as a mosaic, because a mosaic highlights and keeps intact the vibrancy of those many cultures. And Chicago is such a perfect example of how they come together into a beautiful mosaic.
And that is part of what this year's parade is designed to be about. Rediscovering the roots is the theme of this year's parade. So certainly this is an example of that.
Most definitely. I mean, you look at these folks here. This is what this parade, what this holiday is all about.
And some of our young dancers and some beautiful outfits as well. And I'm telling you, between the music, the dancing, and the marching bands, this is a party. And as soon as this is over, we need to have some wine and some pasta.
I was going to say the only thing missing is some good Italian food, perhaps an espresso.
Some espresso, yeah. And we did see some Italians with some wine. They were ready to go celebrating this thing already.
It's a holiday.
That's right.
We condone that.
I'm calling in sick from sports later today, ABC. I'm calling in Italian. That's what I'm calling in.
There you go. It's your holiday.
That's it. And Italy, when we talk about some fun facts of Italy, Italy is one of the most visited countries in the world. I believe it's in the top 5 every single year. How many trips have you made, Pasquale?
Yeah, it is certainly in the top 5, and for good reason. I've made too many to count.
Really?
And of course, I still have many relatives in Sicily and Puglia, and it's just such a cherished experience being able to go there, and they welcome you with open arms. Even if you don't have family, you'll still be welcomed with open arms. Speaking of Italy and its various regions, we have the Calabresi in America. They are often referred to as CIAO, the Calabresi in America organization. They work closely with the region of Calabria, placing their pride and heritage on their community and putting culture at the forefront. The group is also one of the most active out there with scholarship and student exchange programs, and the Chicago delegation of more than 100 is in Calabria right now as we speak.
We've got our reporter Greg Dutra, who is on the street. He's been talking with people along the parade route and some people who are in this parade. Greg, who are you speaking with right now?
Well, you guys were talking about, fun facts about Italy. How about some actual Italians in for the marathon?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, who ran? Raise your hand if you ran. You ran, right? Yep. Under 4 hours they ran. So your name's Laura, and you're from where?
I'm from near Florence, a small city called Arezzo, but I live in Bologna.
And well, welcome. And how are you enjoying Chicago?
You. Yeah, Chicago's beautiful.
Oh, it is?
Really nice.
A little bit cooler?
Yeah, a little bit cool. A little bit colder than Italy. In Italy, 35 degrees today.
Oh, my goodness.
Really hot.
Oh, my gosh. That's like 90 something.
It's February.
In freedom units. Yeah, so, well, welcome absolutely to Chicago. We're so glad to have you. Did you like running?
Piaciuto correre? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And the weather was good?
Tempo bello.
Yep. And how much longer are you guys in town for?
We're gonna leave in 2 days, unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming. Enjoy your time in Chicago.
Thank you.
And come back soon. We love having you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ciao, ciao. All right, guys, back to you.
Yes, they are welcome anytime in Chicago. And speaking of that marathon, did you see world record was set yesterday?
World record, incredible. Just a little bit over 2 hours.
2 hours, 35 seconds. That is incredible. I've done a half marathon, and I think that was my time for the half.
Right.
That's it. Oh, we got the Chicago Wolves in the house.
There we go.
The Skates. Skates is, of course, the mascot of the Chicago Wolves. And they're getting ready to get underway. Their hockey season, I think their home opener is October 14th against the Admirals, and that will be at Allstate Arena. Raising funds for the Chicago Wolves charities and meeting fans. That's what Skates is all about. Proudly helping his fellow animals with the Adopt a Dog program, which has helped more than 1,500 dogs find homes.
And they have a brand new coach starting up this season. New head coach of the Chicago Wolves, Chicago's very own Bobby Nardella.
Yes, was a great player himself. But yeah, it's hockey season. The Blackhawks, we got Connor Bedard. We got a lot to look forward to.
There's Rosebud Restaurant Group. Speaking of Italian restaurants in Chicago, since 1976, Alex Dana has been a leader in the Chicago restaurant scene as founder of the iconic Rosebud Restaurants. They enjoy over 8 locations, including their newest in downtown Chicago on Randolph, across from Millennium Park. Mr. Dana has formed a family of restaurants that have been woven into the fabric of Chicago. And there's the great Nick Pontarelli joining the Rosebud float.
Oh, don't lose your foot in there, buddy. Sounds great.
Honoring Frank Sinatra.
Oh, they're waving at the booth, everybody. Sounds great. Food is great. Rosebuds, can't go wrong there.
And coming up behind them, we have the Knights of Columbus Santa Maria proudly riding a beautiful replica of Columbus's Santa Maria ship. The Knights of Columbus were established in 1882 by Father Michael McGivney. He was an Irish Catholic priest. His purpose was to establish a group of men united in their faith and to provide for Catholic families in times of need. They're guided by the principles of charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. Members of the Knights work to overcome the hardships people face in their own parishes and communities, including the Global Wheelchair Mission and many veterans organizations. So a very special thank you to the Knights of Columbus Santa Maria for their participation, for all they do, and for appearing here in this Columbus Day Parade today.
And we mentioned wine and we mentioned espressos earlier. 14 billion espressos consumed each year in Italy. I don't know who counts that, but that's the fact.
Well, listen, I had 4 shots before we started this, so I would happily contribute to that.
I had 4 shots of wine. No, I'm kidding.
It's a way of life there. You make a quick stop and,
Right.
and a passeggiata and have a coffee. Every couple hours at least.
That's it. There
That
you
seems
go.
infrequent. I think it's more like hourly, right?
You're probably closer.
And Italy, of course, the world's largest wine producer as well.
Do you have a favorite kind of Italian wine? Are you allowed to choose favorites there?
I'm partial to the Sicilian wines.
Okay.
Nero d'Avola. One of my favorites, though, is Amarone, a very, very deep red. I'm not too picky, though. As long as it's Italian, I drink
Even the table wine is good.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? That's what impressed me. When I went to Italy, the table wine, and I was having dinner at 10 o'clock at night, which was different and new. But
It's such a beautiful thing.
It is. And not being in a rush. Just, relaxing, enjoying the food,
It's a
enjoying
whole
the wine.
experience.
It really is.
Hey, guys.
Oh, there he is.
Look who we got down here. I think I recognize some of these people. How you guys enjoying the parade so far?
Great weather today. I mean, this is really nice. A little bit of a breeze.
That was all you, wasn't it?
Well, I'll take a little credit for it. Greg can too, but yeah, it's beautiful out here.
Perfect day for a parade. Perfect day.
You guys enjoying yourselves?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great turnout along the street. It looks great.
How do you like the Bronco?
Oh my God, this is it. We got heat in here too.
Isn't it so cool?
It's perfect. It's perfect. I want this car. He said I could take it home, so that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, well, there's some real celebrities behind you as well, so we gotta go back to our union representative now. Hey, look who's back here! Eric and our friends. How you guys doing?
Good.
You can roll. It's good.
Sun is shining. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, how you guys enjoying the parade so far?
Oh, it's wonderful. This is always such a vibrant celebration, and all the smiling faces. It's just wonderful to see everyone out here.
Yeah, one of the best weather days of the year. I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful fall, crisp weather. I love it.
And this thing can go either way, as you guys very well know. We could be in like the depths of winter already, or it can be like this. So, I appreciate you guys coming out. How you liking the car? The guys in front of you.
This is a beautiful, beautiful car.
Yeah, I love the
really
ride.
appreciate it.
I know they're convertible.
Great vantage point up here.
Tight, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for taking time out of your day to talk with us here at ABC 7.
Yeah, we're right in style. I'm glad to be here. My mom's side's Italian. Not a lot of people know because of Knowles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My mom's side's Spano. Happy to be here. Happy
Oh, Spano.
Yeah.
Love the Italian name.
Yeah. And we're all Italian today. We're all Italian today.
All right, guys. I'm getting the wrap, so
there you go.
it's a wrap for
Good
you
to see
guys.
ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya. Good handshakes. Hands. All right, hey guys. Back to you in the booth. I took plenty of time, but
all good. We got the time.
And
2
let's
hours.
see Jessica D'Onofrio in her Italia jacket
Yes,
there
that's
today.
right. And Larry Mowry also there. It was fun to see Larry Mowry and Greg Dutra both talking weather.
Right.
That's
And
rare
they can't
to
help
see.
it. They can't help it.
Stephanie Wade, Eric Hong, Jason Knowles, all on the convertibles.
And next up, we have the Old Neighborhood Italian American Club, a recognition of my grandfather, Dominic DeFrisco, a founding member in 1981. The club began to bring friends and neighbors together from the Armour Square, Bridgeport, and Chinatown communities. Now, 42 years later, with their spectacular building and a membership of more than 500 strong, it's just as vibrant as they were in 1981. Continuing with numerous charitable causes centering on youth and servicemen and women, under the leadership of Captain D, Peter Scalise, also our good friend is in attendance today, Mr. Tony Onesto, Butch Salvato. Just a terrific organization. It was a great source of pride for my grandfather, and I stand here before you today as a proud member of the club as well. So may they live on for another 42 years and beyond.
A lot of Italia sweatshirts we're seeing there, and I have one myself. I should have worn mine, actually. And Pasquale, I'm not sure if you know, my family's from Abruzzi. Have you been to Abruzzi?
It's on my list. Not yet.
I haven't either.
We should go together, right? Well, I can be a translator for you.
I would love to go, and it's my motivation every year in the booth, Liz. I say I'm going to learn Italian fluently, like my paisan over here, but I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it. What's the best way to learn? What's the best way?
You need to go there, you need to spend time there, and you need to make mistakes. You need to start talking, and it'll start to come naturally. Every word in Italian flows beautifully off the tongue.
Did you grow up speaking Italian?
Fortunately, I did. I had a wonderful base with my grandparents who were immigrants at home, and that's what really allowed me to take a deep dive into the language.
And studying abroad had to be huge to being fluent, right?
Most definitely. That's when I really was able to hone most of the pronunciation and the grammatical flow.
All right, this is the Onesti Entertainment, one of the most popular entertainment companies in the Midwest. Onesti owns the Arcata Theater in St. Charles, the Displays Theater, 7 restaurants, and a boutique hotel, and produces over 600 live shows and the Taylor Street Little Italy Fest annually. It features this year's honorary Grand Marshal, Antonia Bennett, as she helps us remember her dad, of course, late, great Tony Bennett.
What a legend. Passed away just this past July, was 96 years old, and what a life.
Beautiful voice.
Beautiful voice, and really represented just Italian culture altogether.
Next up, we have the Chicagoland Italian American Charitable Organization. JCCIA First Vice President Lou Scaramuso is present with more than 200 other members that have passed out more than 800 baskets of food at Thanksgiving and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the needy. This year, the group honors the first American canonized saint, an Italian, Mother Frances Cabrini.
Yeah, the work they do in the community is tireless, and they are relentless in helping others. So Abruzzi, that's where the family's from. That's only about 50 miles from Rome.
North,
Correct.
south, east, west?
It's west of Rome.
The region that is immediately east of Rome.
Oh, east
Abruzzo.
of Rome. See, I would get lost without this guy. Yes, I need to go. I was in Rome for 4 days, and I felt like it just wasn't enough. And so I stayed in Rome. And next time I go, I got to get there, right?
It's a must.
Yes.
We guys can go check it out together for the first time.
Thankfully, we have direct flights from Chicago to Rome, from Chicago to Milan. So there's no excuse not to go. It's easy to get there.
You're absolutely right.
Here's the Italian American Executives of Transportation under the president of Vito M. D'Ambrosio. The Italian American Executives of Transportation, with a membership of more than 300, have raised funds for countless organizations and initiatives. It's one of the most active groups in the community. And of course, joining them on their float today is the great Joe Martino. There they are, Italian American Executives of Transportation. Important group there.
All right, so all-time favorite place that you have visited so far in Italy?
In Italy? Well, yeah. Torino was the only one I've been to.
Oh,
so
Torino, because it was
Torino.
quick.
It was very quick. I was there for the Olympics, 2006.
Oh, so you were working?
No, I wasn't working. I was just enjoying. It was fun. Just enjoying. It was great.
That's rare. Most journalists, if you're at the Olympics, they'll find something for you to do.
That's right. No, it was beautiful, but it just sort of wet the palate. I need to go back.
That's it. Well, this will put you in the spirit to go back and visit Italy for sure. State Street looking very festive for the 2023 Columbus Day Parade.
I love all the red, white, and green out there.
I mean, you are dressed perfectly for today. I thought I was doing okay with the red pocket square, and you too, Pasquale, but Liz is ready to go.
No, I went all out. I went all out for this. Any fun stories of your grandfather to share with us as you sort of think back on the nostalgia of this parade? Any memories growing up here along State Street?
Well, of course, my entire childhood was based on being in this parade as a focal point of pride in our heritage, and I've done it all. I've been on the float, I've helped organize the parade itself, and of course now in a new position here in the booth. What a great honor it is, and carrying in my grandfather's footsteps.
And coming up now, there was a look at Sergio Ciratella, Vantius Investigations and Security. Vantius is an investigations firm that tackles complex criminal and civil cases nationwide, and they just opened new offices in Milan, Italy. Our parade chairman, first-generation Italian-American Sergio Ciratella, founded Vantius. It's celebrating 20 years of helping prominent law firms and private clients get the evidence they need to navigate the toughest times of their lives. Sergio is especially proud of the firm's work helping exonerate the wrongfully convicted, and you can learn more at vantius.com. Vantius also works with high-profile athletes, celebrities, and others facing challenging situations and need answers.
Thank you to Sergio for all the work he does. Here we go. Napleton Maserati of Downers Grove. 4 generations have built this family-run business.
The king!
Oh, there he is.
That's the king! Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is the 13th largest auto group in the country. They support several charities, including March of Dimes, Toys for Tots, and the Violet Foundation for Pediatric Brain Cancer. That is Napleton Maserati of Downers Grove.
And the king looks great, doesn't he? The shades,
with
the belt.
With an Italian flair to him.
There you go. He's got the moves. Oh, I love that. I was Elvis, I think, about 3 years for Halloween. I mean, it never gets old. That is a costume when you walk in, you're going to get some love and some attention. Long live the king.
Oh, there we go. What is that?
There's some beautiful rides coming through.
That's a Maserati right there.
Yep. Some luxury cars, some sporty cars. Can't go wrong with the Maserati.
Yeah, maybe you guys need to go.
This inspired me to make a purchase.
Oh, there's Greg. See, Greg spotted what he wanted.
Oh, there you go.
Excuse me. I'll take the keys for that.
Greg, you asking for a ride or what?
Oh, I'm asking him how he likes to ride it.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
Yeah, great.
You want to take this thing home?
I wish it was mine, yeah.
Do you know what the color is called?
Urban Green.
Urban Green?
Yeah, it's a special limited edition one. Ready for its new owner, yeah.
Yeah, me, guys. The new owner is me.
Greg, we didn't tell you that's what you get for doing the street.
Oh, my goodness.
Today.
Wow. You know, 2 hours on live television. I feel like this is fair compensation, so we'll get to the guys that are up there on the 10th floor.
That's right.
They deserve it.
Make sure that happens, right?
That's one thing Italians know about luxury cars.
Oh, my goodness.
I know we got some more coming, but that Maserati looks beautiful.
All right, Greg, let them go. You're holding up the parade here.
I know.
I wonder what's so urban about the green.
I don't know. It is beautiful, though. It matches Liz's pants.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we're going to see some more Italian sports cars coming up a little bit later. We won't give it away just yet, but it's always my favorite part of the parade.
I bet. This is the Chicago Police Foundation. Their slogan is helping our heroes. They proudly support the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. They are thrilled to participate in this year's parade. You can see the enthusiasm there from the Chicago Police Foundation. It is an independent nonprofit organization led by various Chicago business leaders to help support public safety and, of course, the Chicago Police Department. Heading down State Street.
Next up, we have Caputo's Fresh Markets. What started as an Italian immigrant looking to live out the American dream has flourished into 10 stores throughout the Chicagoland area. Owned and operated by the Angelo Caputo family since 1958, Caputo offers their customers a diverse assortment of international, traditional, healthy, and organic foods of the highest quality. Every meal starts at Caputo's.
I love an Italian market. I love walking in, a selection of olives, cheese, salamis, all kinds of stuff. That is one of my favorite things.
Our Lady of Angels, remembering Our Lady of Angels, and the fire had a devastating impact on the surrounding community. Many of the families and friends of the victims moved away because of the painful memories it brought. And fire-related exodus paired with the nationwide urban population shifts of the 1960s led to rapidly changing neighborhood demographics. Remembering Our Lady of Angels.
There perfect is this? The Notre Dame College Prep Resurrection Marching Band and Italian class marchers. Hoping we'll hear something from them here. I'd love to hear a little more marching band music. They are under the direction of Caitlin Wilkes. They travel across the country to perform, including New York City just this past spring. The band performs at competitions across the Chicagoland area. Let's take a listen as they get fired up.
To it earlier, but how fortunate are we to have all of these high school marching bands in the parade? Of course, they're off from school on Columbus Day, but they come here. All the work that goes in and preparation really makes this parade what it is.
Absolutely, and the Notre Dame College Prep Resurrection marching bands are carrying flags representing all 20 regions of Italy. We might give you a pop quiz here, Pasquale. Can you point them out? Put you on the spot.
I could. Sicily, Puglia, Abruzzo, Lombardia, Lazio, Abruzzo, Emilia Romagna, Umbria, Veneto. Geez, I wish I had
lost count.
This is why we have you here. This is why, Pasquale. It's the Gullo International Development Corporation. Gianni Gullo is the president CEO of Gullo International Development Corporation, an accomplished and thriving real estate development firm that specializes in commercial and industrial properties in the Chicago O'Hare market since 1968. Gianni and Maria Gullo and family have proven to be determined, dynamic, and persevering leaders in the Chicago Italian-American community, giving back to their community and building long-term relationships, nationality, and internationality.
Here they are, passing us right here on State Street.
With their Italia flags waving in the wind on a brisk but beautiful day here in Chicago.
Another live performance for us.
We have a rendition of Lasciami Cantare by the recently deceased Toto Cugino, a legend in Italy on the platform of what we would consider to be a Michael Jackson kind of pop star singer. Recently passed away at the age of 80. One of my favorite Italian songs, Lasciami Cantare, Leave Me to Sing.
I could sing a little C'è la Luna. That's where it ends for me. My father is an Italian singer and can sing beautifully in Italian, and he can also swear in Italian quite well, but we'll leave those words out on
those are always
broadcast.
I'm kind of excited about this. This is the flag throwers of Faenza. Saying that properly, Pasquale?
Yes, you are. You said it beautifully, Liz.
Direct from Faenza, Italy, just outside of Bologna. They are traditional flag throwers with roots in Renaissance and medieval times. So we're talking about the theme of this year's parade, rediscovering our roots. This is one of the ancient things out of Italy today.
It's ever so important that we continue to honor and cherish our past customs and traditions as we keep them alive, while also looking towards the future to create new ones.
And I love what you said about being a mosaic instead of a melting pot. And that was something that I hadn't heard before from Dominic, but it makes so much sense about embracing each other's cultures and supporting each other's cultures, not just blending them together.
Absolutely. That was one of his favorite sayings, and I will certainly work to make sure that it continues on, because it's so true, and the mosaic really represents the American project, I think. much better than a melting pot.
So this is the flag throwers of Faenza we are looking at right here. And coming up behind them, the float representing the region of Puglia. And Pasquale, I'm going to allow you to take this over because this is where your family's roots are.
Puglia, one of the most beautiful places to visit in the world, but very much an emerging tourist destination in Italy. The beaches in the southern part of the region to the capital city of Bari, just such a fantastic place. So many historical sites, Polignano al Mare, Alberobello, to see the Trulli. If you haven't been to Puglia, please put it on your list.
It's on my list, Pasquale. This is the Midway Dodge Ram float located on South Pulaski Road in Chicago. Weber family specializes in service, quality, and pricing that turns customers into family, and they are saluting the memory of the legendary Chicago DJ Dick Biondi. On the float is the Ides of March and the producers of the new Dick Biondi film. Look at that, Jim Peterick. There's my good friend Jim Peterick in the Ides of March. Of course, Jim, a member of Survivor, wrote Eye of the Tiger and at least 20 other top 10 hits. He's been on Windy City Live many times. In fact, he sang at my 40th birthday. My 40th birthday, I'm a Columbus Day baby. I was born on Columbus Day. Mine's the 12th.
Okay.
But I was born on the actual Columbus Day, which was a Wednesday, October 12th.
So this is actually your birthday parade as well.
This is it. I mean, isn't that what we're here for?
Right.
Are you going to sing Happy Birthday in Italian to me, Pasquale?
You know, I can.
I bet you could. Let's hear a little bit.
So it follows very much the tune of Happy Birthday, but tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri a te, tanti auguri a Ryan, tanti auguri a te. I'm not necessarily known for my singing voice.
That was
Sounds
beautiful.
good to me.
And we didn't rehearse that, not even once.
We put him on the spot for that.
That's it. Yes, happy birthday to my twin brother as well, because he's another Italian birthday on Columbus Day. Yeah, I think I was born to do this parade because of that. At least I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my birthdays, that's for sure.
You're absolutely correct. October 12th was the original holiday, which morphed into, because of the nature of the following a weekend, second Monday of October.
There you go.
Little history lesson for you.
Yeah, region of Puglia right there.
High on our list of places to visit.
Yes.
You know, the origin of the Columbus Day holiday, most people wouldn't tell you, don't know, was a reparation of sorts following the 1891, what's still to this day the largest mass lynching in the history of the United States that took place in New Orleans when 11 Sicilians were lynched in the public square. And in 1892, which was the 400th anniversary of Columbus's first voyage, President Benjamin Harrison declared Columbus Day holiday honoring the contributions of Italian Americans.
One thing's for sure, Pasquale actually went to class when he studied abroad.
Right.
He is a wealth of knowledge about Italian heritage and history, the good and the triumph and the tragedy of the culture. But this is the triumph right here. Westosha Central High School Marching Band. The Marching Falcons perform in several parades throughout Wisconsin and Illinois. In addition to the marching band, the band program consists of 3 concert bands, 2 jazz ensembles, and a pep band. And the band program won the Golden Mickey Award as the highest scoring band at the 2022 Festival Disney.
Disney, of course, the parent company of the ABC 7.
Those are some sharp uniforms right there, too.
I like those.
You know, the holiday itself, of course, is a tribute to Italian contributions, and we've seen much Italian pride on display today. But it's also, in keeping with the theme of Columbus Around the World, a celebration of all of the contributions, all of the people that crossed an ocean in search of a better life, and the hundreds of millions of immigrants that came here from everywhere, primarily Europe, but contributed to this wonderful country.
Now, you cannot have a parade in Chicago without
legal,
the
right.
Jesse White tumbling team. I think that's right. Fan favorite for sure. The Jesse White tumbling team, created in 1959 by former Secretary of State, of course, Jesse White. Bianco.
Jesse Bianco. He grew up with a lot of Italians.
Yes.
So he immediately took on the nickname Bianco, which means white.
I did not know that.
Yes, and of course, providing a positive outlet for inner city kids. The team consists of more than 325 members, male and female, as young as 6 years old, and they give more than 1,500 performances each year and have supported more than 18,000 athletes. They've even appeared in movies such as Ferris Bueller's Day Off, remember the famous scene, of course, and Heaven is a Playground as well.
Also, they have very specific academic requirements in order to stay in the Jesse White Tumblers.
What he's done for so many kids is nothing short of remarkable.
Every time I see Jesse, I always ask him if he can still do the tumble.
And he can.
Yeah.
And he can.
That's right.
I've seen him do it. It's amazing.
Greektown.
Traditional Greek culture is still prevalent in Chicago's Greektown. It is a popular destination for dining and nightlife, located right on Halsted Street between Madison and Van Buren. Another spot for spectacular restaurants in Chicago. Experience the unique blend of old world traditions in a more modern neighborhood establishment. Ryan, you go to Greektown often?
I do. I was just there, actually, with our president and general manager, John Idler, and a group of ABC set. Were you not invited?
I was apparently not.
I salute all of my Greek American friends. What a wonderful job they do, even generations removed, at educating their children, grandchildren about their culture, learning the language. Very proud people, and we can learn a lot from them.
Here we go. Vero Gelato.
Vero Gelato. Angelo and Giovanna Lolino expanded that family business by opening a flagship restaurant in Elmwood Park, and now the newly renovated Massa Cafe Italiano.
And we got Greg Dutra in the house.
Is
coming
he making
to the
a delivery?
Yes, what do you got?
What is this?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's bringing us treats.
There's a note in here.
A gift from Angelo and Giovanna Lolino.
I mean, this guy does it
Lemon
all.
sorbetto or caramel?
Here we go.
Please enjoy our artisan, Vero Gelato. Thank you for supporting our Italian culture.
All right.
There you go.
Here we go. Cheers.
Hey,
Cheers.
Do I get one for the road?
A mid-parade snack.
Get one for the road.
So I've heard this many times, but what is the difference between gelato and ice cream? I can never remember.
Great question. Gelato, less sugar, less butterfat content. I'm biased. I like gelato better.
I do too.
Favorite flavor?
A true pistachio is among the 7 wonders of the world, right up there. Pistachio from Sicily.
There you go.
G Group Construction and Franklin Park Plumbing. Oh, look at that beautiful pup there. Created in 2002 by Dave Giangrandi, focusing on commercial, industrial, and public works, building construction and management. Franklin Park Plumbing and the Petrucci family have been serving Chicagoland since 1947. Yeah, so when I was in Italy, I went with a buddy of mine, and he must have had gelato on the hour, every hour, for an entire day. I love gelato, but I don't know how he did it. He just kept...
A lot of walking.
Yeah, that must be it.
Here we have Cremoni Marching Band, home of the Warriors. Cremoni is a comprehensive 4-year high school. Their student body represents a wide range of social, cultural, and religious backgrounds. The diversity has helped create a well-blended school environment, and they have a very talented marching band. Let's take a listen.
We listen in and keep the sights and sounds going of the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. We also want to hear a word from our sponsor.
In the 1960s, an industrious Sicilian named George Gullo made the decision to leave his beloved farm that he worked so hard to build and join the millions of immigrants hoping to achieve the American dream. He and his wife, Sarah Gullo, built a thriving business together known as George Gullo Development, located in Elk Grove Village. Their 3 children, Anna Marie, Jolene, and Mario, continue to grow the business today, with Mario Gullo currently taking the role as president. A family is what makes all this possible. Happy Columbus Day!
Celebrating Italian heritage in Chicago has been a family tradition at V. Formosa Company and Marconi Foods for over 125 years. Thank you, Chicago, and cheers to 125 more. From our family to yours.
Happy Columbus Day!
Hi, I'm Mike DeGrazia, Executive Director of Teamsters Joint Council 25. On behalf of our Executive Board and our President, Thomas W. Steeney, we would like to recognize the hardworking men and women of the Teamsters Union and the Italian Americans who made this country great. Have a fabulous Columbus Day.
And as we were hearing from our sponsors, you were seeing a group from the Wat Dharam Academy of Thai Classical Music and Dance. In 1985, Wat He performed a classical Thai music group composed of Thai adults as part of the mosaic that we have been discussing here all morning long.
Next up, we have the Justinian Society of Lawyers celebrating its 102nd anniversary. The Justinian Society of Lawyers sponsors events and initiatives that foster relationships among lawyers, promote professionalism of its members, and participation in community endeavors. Performing on the float is Daniela Crocco in a beautiful gown direct from Dolce & Gabbana from Italy.
And Daniela did our national anthems from both Italy and the U.S. to get us started today.
We were talking some about the Italian national anthem as she was performing because it's just beautiful. And you were saying it really gets Italians fired up.
Well, especially if you watch the World Cup, any of the tournaments, the European Cup, the Italian soccer team is well known for their passion during their national anthem. You have these players almost in a tearful joy, screaming with pride their national anthem, and that's one of the hallmarks of the Italian team and one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah, there's nothing like Italian soccer, international soccer, or football, as we should say. And we saw a lawyer. We know that you went to law school at Loyola. You are an attorney as well.
I did. Proud member of the Justinians that just passed by, and a proud employee of the Teamsters Union, in-house counsel with the Teamsters, who just gave us a nice celebratory message on Columbus Day and have been providing the Teamster truck reviewing stand here at the parade for decades. So we thank them for all of their work and for all the Italian Americans in the labor movement.
I need that jar of Giardinera right there. That's how fast I go through it. Marconi brand family of food products is the original Chicago-style Giardinera. Since the company's founding in 1898, Formosa Inc. has provided the Chicago area with food products of the highest quality. Today, celebrating 125 years and 4 generations in Chicago, Marconi products can be found all over North America.
And on Ryan sandwiches at all times.
Such a Chicago. I mean, you don't find Giardinera anywhere else.
No, you don't. You don't. And we got some right here. Greg, of course, dropping stuff off.
Oh, that's a fake.
Oh, it's a fake. We'll get the real stuff afterwards.
And of course, we love a marching band. This is Kelly College Prep Marching Band playing as they head past us right here on State Street.
The Marching Trojans have a rich tradition of exceptional performance. Within the Chicago public school system, over the years, the band has received several honors and superior ratings at citywide and statewide competitions. The band students at Kelly CP are recognized among the elite musicians in the CPS system and are happy to return to the Columbus Day Parade again this year.
We're happy to have them. Okay, this is the Italian American Veterans Museum. Pasquale?
Yeah, located in Stone Park, the Veterans Museum houses treasures and stories of Italian Americans in the military as early as the 1700s. Today they recognize the 100th anniversary of Italy's Air Force. And on the float is Italy's Air Force General Maurizio Cantiello visiting from Italy and Washington, D.C.
And right there you're taking a look at the Fishernut Calliope. The red Fishernut Calliope truck is owned by John B. Sanfilippo & Son, the world's foremost nut company. Jasper Sanfilippo took his love of automated music machines, as you're hearing them, and retrofitted a 1982 step van, popcorn peanut roasting stations, and restored 1920s Calliope. And the JCCIA says a huge thank you to the 2021 parade chair family, the Sanfilippos. Chicago West Suburban Unico. Float Chicago West Suburban Unico is a chapter of the largest Italian-American service organization in the country.
Speaking of Italy's Air Force, in 1933 we had a World's Fair here in Chicago. On Italian Day in that World's Fair, Italo Balbo landed 24 Savoia Marchetti seaplanes in what is probably the most significant day or occurrence in the history of Chicago's Italian-American community. And we have a 2,000-year-old Roman column that was gifted as part of that transatlantic flight from the people of Italy to the people of the United States, which can be viewed right in Burnham Park. Chicago's lucky to have that cherished monument.
Wow.
And of course, Balbo Drive was named after General Italo Balbo as a result. Here we have the Cesare Battisti Lodge and St. Anthony Lodge float. The lodges are chartered members of the Italian-American National Union, first established in Chicago in 1895 and then realigned in 1925 as an insurance fraternal. The Italian Sons and Daughters of America Financial Life is the largest Italian-American life insurance company with more than $300 million in assets, offering insurance, annuity, and scholarships to fraternal members of Italian descent.
All right, and here we are with some more beautiful, fancy Italian cars. Look at that.
I could
ride in that.
I need that in my life.
Diavola Classic Cars, the import car collectors with Ferraris, Alfa Romeos, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, and others are all here to celebrate Columbus Day. Look at that Lamborghini. Ferrari. I'm sorry, that
Ferrari.
was Ferrari.
It reminds me of the Magnum PI Ferrari.
It's a good one.
It is. It's a classic.
Oh, look at this.
Those convertibles.
That is beautiful. Do you have a favorite in there, Pasquale? I'll take that red one right there, passing right now.
Exactly. I love an old school red Ferrari. Nothing like it.
Are you talking about the Ferris Bueller's Day Off? When Cameron kicks
rolling back the miles.
Oh yeah, when Cameron kicks the Ferrari out the window, it breaks my heart every time. Like, it still bothers me.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, I can't. I have to turn away. It's too painful.
I mean, you'd look good in any one of them. It's fine. The silver one's beautiful too.
Yeah, those are stunning. Italians love beauty and beautiful cars, and they're some of the best in the world at building them, that's for sure.
I'll take that little teeny Fiat, too. Perfect for parking right in the Gold Coast.
Italians,
and you'd probably still get a ticket.
That's right.
It all boils down to Italians are obsessed with aesthetics. So everything from art to beautifully made cars to fashion, you know, they have an eye. And an eye for all things beautiful.
And I got a whole new appreciation for that when I actually did go visit, when I saw the Statue of David, when I went to the Sistine Chapel. You got a whole new appreciation for European beauty and for Italian culture.
So you're one of the 20,000 visitors a year who goes to the Sistine Chapel.
20,000? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, every day. Not every year.
Every day.
Every day.
Hey, look at Greg Dutra.
We've been talking a lot about family, right? Well, we've got a big, happy Italian family down here. We've got Michael. Michael, what was your favorite part so far, buddy?
My favorite so far is like all the cars that are like passing through right now. I really love it how they like rev the engines. It's a thing that always interests me, like the Ferrari F1. It's always a thing that interests me.
What about Lee? Did you get any candy from them?
Yeah, I love hanging out with my family and seeing all the floats.
That is exactly, to break down the brother-sister dynamic, that is exactly what I would expect like a brother to say or a boy and family to say, and that's exactly what I expect the girl to say. How about you, buddy? What do you like so far?
A parade.
The parade. Oh, who doesn't like a parade? I love your jacket. It's awesome. And look, he's got some of the peppers as well. How about you, buddy? What do you like so far?
The cars.
The cars. The cars are pretty sweet, weren't they? Guys, what does it mean to have this day where you can bring the family down to Chicago?
It means a lot. Our mom was in the parade quite often with Mother Guerin High School, a little shout out there. But it means so much to us just to be able to spend the day together with our family and come back to our roots here in Chicago. So,
well,
yeah.
Thank you guys very much. You couldn't have picked a better day, right, for the parade. So we're glad to have you down here. Oh, we got Vespa scooters.
Oh, we sure do. But Greg, hold on. We have to take a moment for the Batmobile that's just casually driving by right now. 1966 vintage Adam West Batmobile. Look who's riding inside Man Cow.
Oh, that's Man Cow?
Yeah, that's Man Cow.
Well,
only Mancow is crazy enough to be dressed like that. Wow.
Ryan might have to step aside because Mancow also has his own dish at La Scadola.
That's right.
So there's a little competition going on here at the Columbus Day Parade.
I heard the Chiaverini rigatoni, though, is a little more popular, sells a little bit more. Mancow in the Batmobile. I grew up watching the old Adam West Batman, and I ended up later buying a 62 Cadillac. It was my first car, and I'm told that this is an old school Cadillac that the Batmobile is made of, and mine looked very similar to that, except it was really ugly brown, needed a paint job bad. But it was a conversation starter.
I bet it was. That's why you did it, I'm sure.
It didn't always start, but the conversation got started. The car didn't always start.
And here we have Hillcrest High School Hawks Marching Band heading down on State Street. It's a proud supporter of the Hillcrest football team. They are there to enrich the football experience, as we were talking about earlier, Ryan, and of course proud to return to Chicago's Columbus Day Parade. It would not be a parade without all of these marching bands.
No, we were always well represented by the marching bands, and it does make you think of high school football. Some of my fondest memories. I was able to play in college too, but I played a lot more in high school. Actually got on the field, but the marching band was always a big part of Friday Night Lights and, getting ready for the game and halftime, and talk about getting you pumped up. You were talking about the Italian national anthem, but the marching bands do that for the athletes too.
Musical inspiration.
So Greg was speaking to that family who's here along the sidelines watching the parade. It must make you think back to your days of growing up here on State Street watching the parade.
It's a family affair, and there are folks that come in from all over the Midwest to see this parade, to see this exposition of Italian pride and culture, and how the community really comes together. The businesses, various community groups and organizations that help to make this day so special. It touches my heart.
And you're taking a look there. XR Realty, located in the North Harlem Avenue, Little Italy Business District. XR Realty has more than 2,000 properties sold and is dedicated to its agents and clients. And congratulations to team leader Frank Scaletta. Happy to have them here today.
Paracone Brothers. So we're looking at the landscaping. Paracone Brothers Landscaping provides professional landscaping, design, installation, seasonal maintenance, brick paving, masonry for commercial and residential properties alike. Frank Salvatore, Antonio, Mario, and their employees take great pride in their reputation for quality work and customer satisfaction.
Pretty good there, Liz, on the pronunciation.
Thank you.
Hey, we're learning. We are learning from our teacher over there.
That's right.
That's a great way to ride down State Street, too, on that big semi.
A well-landscaped truck, in fact.
It's a party. No doubt about that.
So we talk about Columbus Day often when we celebrate these parades. We ask for St. Patrick's Day. Is this something that they celebrate in Ireland? So how is Columbus Day celebrated in Italy?
Well, the actual holiday was an American contrived holiday because it represents that transatlantic voyage from Italy to the New World here. And because Columbus was Genovese, he was adopted as a hero for Italian Americans that came here in search of a better life. Columbus himself is, of course, an important figure in Italy. There are many statues and villages that bear his name, but not quite as much as here in the States. Our capital, District of Columbia, Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Georgia. He's so foundational to the American origin story and the Italian-American experience in these United States.
And we're celebrating October, too, as Filipino-American History Month. We have marchers from different Filipino cultural groups featuring the Santa Cruzan, the Philippine-American Cultural Foundation, the Filipino-American National Historical Society, the Santa Cruzan Cultural Group of Greater Chicago, the Filipino-American Society of South DuPage, and the Philippine Nurses Association of Illinois. Big thank you to all of our nurses, our doctors, everyone in the medical profession taking great care of us. Chicago Nurses for Diabetes.
Of course, we salute our Filipino brothers and sisters marching arm in arm with us in the 2023 Columbus Day Parade and sharing the wonderful month of October as the shining month to honor our respective heritage.
And beautiful, beautiful cultural costumes and outfits they're wearing here.
Such a vibrant culture.
Right.
And I know I'm going to put you on the spot here, Pasquale, but how many nations do you think are represented here today?
It's somewhere in the teens. I believe I saw the number 18 or 19 that have some form of participation, whether it be through their ethnic organizations here in Chicago or various consulates. So we cast a wide net here on Columbus Day.
I mean, you think about all the parades in Chicago, this is as well represented as any here in our city, and it's so important to kind of keep that going, keep that support going in the culture. Embracing one another is what it's all about.
Absolutely. Having mutual respect for each other, for respective traditions, is the foundational principle of what this celebration is all about.
And the diversity of the city is so well represented in this parade.
It sure is. We were talking about all the great food and restaurants, but you never have a shortage of any culture in this city. The American Knights Police Motorcycle Club.
They're a social and charitable riding club comprised primarily of current and retired Chicago police officers.
And you want to talk about revving your engines?
Right.
They are right behind us on State Street, and we can certainly hear the power behind those motorcycles. Coming down in unity and style. And you're not going to sneak up on anybody. The Pan American Bank Avanti Group.
Yes.
And we have one of the co-founders of the Avanti Group with us here, Pasquale.
I'm so proud of everything that the Avanti Group has been doing. Of course, I am a co-founder and president. It's the future, the farm system of, if you may, of our Italian-American community. First Vice President Anthony Palladino, Vice President Nicolette Lolino, but she's been doing such a wonderful job making sure that our community is celebrated for years to come. And thanks to Pan American Bank for sponsoring the Avanti float.
Another rocking group up there.
There you go. And Pasquale, tell us a little bit more about the Avanti Group and what the mission is and why you wanted to start this organization.
Well, Avanti is rebranded. It was formerly the Young Professionals Division of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, which is quite a mouthful. Avanti is a beautiful Italian American word, which means onward. And that's exactly what we're doing. We are looking towards the future, bringing young Italian Americans together to celebrate their culture, to educate them about the wonders of Italy and its people and their contributions to the globe.
Well, keep up the great work on that, and we're going to keep up the great work on the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. While we listen and watch, why don't we hear from our sponsor? The South Shore Drill Team
Another staple of any Chicago parade. Founded in 1980, it's a neighborhood youth program founded by former Chicago public school teacher Arthur Robinson. It started as a traditional military-style color guard where members appeared in the 1986 movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Well representative of Chicago parades, apparently. Recap their performance at Ferris Fest in 2016. Do you remember that? Ferris Fest?
I don't remember that, but I wish I would have attended, because I think out of all the movies made in Chicago, Ferris Bueller's, it's up there for me. Iconic. That might be #1 for me.
That's a good one. The South Shore Drill Team is a staple of any parade here in Chicago.
And we got to look at Proviso East earlier.
Right.
Proviso East Marching Band.
And it was also the Polish American Congress passed us by as we were hearing from our sponsors. Again, we continue to talk about the cultural representation here. But let's allow South Shore Drill Team to show us what they can do.
South Shore Drill Team. All right, so I wanted to jump in one of the bands earlier, but Liz, I don't know, maybe you got some moves that you can work on?
Not like that. I would never dare compete with that.
They look great. They spend countless hours practicing, perfecting their craft, and it really is about, building a team and having unity here. And just having a good time, right? Just makes you smile.
They're having a great time.
All right, we got time for a quick fun fact here.
Well, we look at all of these high school marching bands and wonderful student participation. The first university in the world was founded in Italy, 1098, the University of Bologna.
There you go.
So education, higher education, yet another contribution of Italy to the modern world.
I also just read this today. 13 of Shakespeare's 38 plays set in Italy. I did not know that.
Romeo and Juliet wouldn't be one of them, would it? Star-crossed lovers.
The 2023 Columbus Day Parade right here on ABC 7, coming down State Street, that great street, as Franks would say. And it's the Golder College Prep Band. Golder College Prep Mighty Marching Panthers, a.k.a. the sonic sound of the West Town, is a new band in Chicago. The band continues to grow under the direction of Mr. Obi, director of bands, Miss Elston and Mrs. Marshall, auxiliary coordinators, and Mr. Russell, percussion instructor. In the first year, graduating seniors earned $584,000 in collegiate band scholarships. Wow. Building upon the pillars of discipline, pride, attitude, and commitment, they continue to grow and promote leadership through music.
Listen, I don't like to play favorites here, but those uniforms are among the best I've seen. Those purple camo.
The camo? Yeah, you can't go wrong with the camo.
That is very unique. I love it.
Camo is very fashionable now. and it's the color of the camo. Yeah. That's Pasquale, has the marching bands always played this big of a role? Since I've been a part of this parade, it has.
Most definitely. We value their participation. They help add a nice flair, a musical flair. Of course, Italians love their music, and we would be lesser without them. So we hope to have continued participation from the marching bands as long as this parade is running down State Street, of course.
And we just saw the Tribute Ilongo USA Asian Society of American Marchers, another proud Filipino-American group joining the Columbus Day Parade International Outreach. Continue to see culture represented, heritage represented, and beautiful outfits.
Sharing their history month as well.
Yes. As we mentioned, yeah, October, Filipino Heritage Month as well.
Oh, here we go. We have freeing sweets here.
We've got them right here, too. Yeah.
We do.
You want to bust those out?
Should we? Freeing Sweets?
Yeah, bust them out. The founder of Freeing Sweets,
Stop by the
Bakori, embarked on a gluten-free and vegan baking journey, fueled by her personal food sensitivities, and she's committed to crafting delicious cookies.
We got to give them a try.
I think we do.
Bust them out.
As somebody who has to eat gluten-free because I'm allergic to wheat.
Yes, and Joanne was actually chosen as a semifinalist on Peapod's Next Best product, which was on Windy City Live, right here on ABC 7. Freeing Sweets is a certified female-owned business, and her products are available at Southtown Health Food, Pomegranate Restaurant, Toco, and Taquito brand restaurants, or online.
I think Pasquale and I can both vouch for them. That's some sort of peanut butter chocolate snickerdoodle fantasticness that we just had.
Glad you dug in. Tony Ocean, salute to Dean Martin. And they're having a party over there. Tony Ocean, Chicago's premier entertainer and host of Ocean's Pit podcast. Saluting the great Dean Martin, played by Joe Mantegna in the Rat Pack. Tony plays all over the country and is sponsored by Crash Champion Collision. We got to take a short break, but we'll have plenty more of the 2023 Columbus Day Parade. We'll be right back. Welcome back live to the 2023 Columbus Day Parade right here on ABC 7. Ryan Chiaverini, Liz Nagy, Pasquale Gianni, and we have Greg Dutra on the street. And right there, you want to dig into some sweets. The original rainbow cone, first opened in 1926. The family favorite is approaching 100 years of fabulous ice cream in Chicago and beyond.
Pistachio, a key part of that.
Absolutely, and the creators of the Rainbow Cone include the creators of Chicago's original Italian beef, Buona Beef, the Buonavalento family. How Chicago is Italian beef. I mean, that is quintessentially, when someone talks about visiting Chicago, an Italian beef sandwich is right at the top of the list.
And here's what I've never...
And for Greg's found a new friend over here. Check that out.
Puppy, look at him. Oh, my goodness. I love you all. Can they all come home? Can you come home with me, too? Oh, my goodness, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this flow, and I'll see you later. Oh, thank you.
Craig is on the float of Save the Humans.
Humans.
Save the Humans. Is that what you say? That's
yes.
The new normal campaign. These adorable dogs got the Saratella family to donate a float to them as part of their doggo-led Save the Humans campaign. The dogs are mobilizing to save humans from disease by sharing what they love and need the most from humans. So... this is the Save the Humans float. As you can see, it did well for Greg, so.
Right, so that's how dogs say human. They say humans.
Oh, okay.
That's save the humans. That's right. Yeah, Greg fell in love over there. And it sounds like we got another marching band.
We sure do. This is the Pulaski International School of Chicago, the Marching Sabres.
And as you see, we got a lot of youngsters in the parade. Almost, I think, more than I can remember, actually, Pasquale.
We groom them early. There's the San Rocco di Potenza float in their 119th year in Chicago as well, located at St. William's Church. That just passed by. They're located in the city of Chicago, the oldest St. Rocco society in the Chicagoland area and one of the oldest in the country.
Waving their flags proudly here. Coming down State Street, and boy, there are some youngsters here. They are energized and ready.
They're nimble.
And they're not letting the brisk weather. It's getting a little bit cool out here, but they're not letting that hold them back or stop them.
We have just a few minutes left in this parade, but you can see the energy keeps up the entire time. This is such a good celebration of Italian heritage here.
We just saw the Prato Cafe, the popular Italian coffee snack bar, has come to be a staple on the north side. The family business has been here for decades, located in Norridge on Cumberland Avenue.
Today they're saluting Italian espresso. So am I. I salute Italian espresso and need it.
Yeah, that's right. I could use an espresso right now.
Right. Wish they were passing some out as they passed us by.
And the Roberto Clemente Community Academy Marching Band. Roberto Clemente Community Academy is a 4-year public high school located in Westtown. Taking a look at Blue Star Security as well, specializing in event security, concerts, and private protection. Anthony Varchetto and his team is respected, providing safety and security. The company employs more than 500 off-duty police officers.
So,
here's the other half of our flag throwers participating.
Faenza, from Faenza, correct?
Exactly.
Where in Faenza is Italy?
Faenza is in Puglia, the region of honor for this year's parade.
And most of your family is from that region?
My paternal grandmother is from the Puglia region, from Modugno, and then I have most of the rest of my ancestors from Sicily, Palermo and Corleone.
And you still have quite a bit of family still there?
I do, and they are some of the most terrific, welcoming people, and I miss them dearly. So I always make it a point to see family when I do a trip to Italy.
My uncle went to Abruzzese and brought back some jelly that has our last name on it. And we don't know what the relatives are. But I got to get some of that jelly.
We need to find your relatives in Abruzzo.
That's right. Well, we are running out of time. It's amazing how fast time flies when you're having a great time. So many great marching bands, so many great floats. Liz, I'm so glad that you joined us for your first broadcast.
This was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Pasquale is a wealth of knowledge over here. So we've been honoring the region of Puglia. Pasquale, thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you. This has been such a terrific vantage point for me to experience the sights and sounds of the parade. It's been an honor to be here with the both of you, and you do pretty well.
We'll practice our pronunciations for next year.
The incremental progress of your Italian pronunciations throughout the parade was nothing short of impressive.
That's getting better, but we're going to take that trip to Italy, okay? And that's going to get a lot better then. And I know we haven't seen the last of you on this parade as well. And also, Greg Dutra, big thank you to you on the street. I know that did you adopt a dog yet?
I haven't adopted a dog quite yet. The official paperwork isn't through, but thank you to everybody who came down here, all the families, everybody who's been on the floats as well. It's been an absolutely amazing time. Can't wait to do it again next year, guys.
Well, you did a great job. You are definitely an honorary Italian today, and we want to thank the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, the President, Ron Anesti, all of the great people that put this parade together. So many hardworking people make this work, and especially Kathy Karp, who works tirelessly for ABC, to the crew, the staff. Thank you so much. Arrivederci.
Viva l'Italia! Happy Columbus Day to all.
Thanks for being here with us, guys.